Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode. I'm excited about today's topic because if you can't sleep, I'm sure you've tried many different kinds of supplements to help. And if you're reading this, it's likely, or watching this, listening to this, it's likely that none of them have really worked. And I want to explain why. So, first, let's talk about melatonin. So, this is usually one of the first go-tos for anyone struggling with sleep. There are dozens available at all stores of all dosages, so it's a very popular supplement to try. Now, melatonin is going to help you sleep only if the reason you aren't sleeping is because you don't have enough melatonin. So it's not this magic pill that's going to work no matter what. And it's interesting that most of my clients actually don't have low melatonin, and that's why it doesn't help them sleep. So I do look for melatonin. The Dutch test I do is a hormone test, and it tests for melatonin as well as sex hormones and cortisol and other things. And for my clients who are low in melatonin, I may recommend that they supplement with it for a few months because it can immediately help with their sleep. But I do recommend a really low dose, 3 milligrams at the most, so that they don't get the side effects, especially of grogginess the next morning. Now, however, the reason melatonin is low is from poor gut health. So, up to 90% of melatonin is made by the good bacteria in our gut. And so, if you don't have enough melatonin, then your gut isn't healthy and you likely need some beneficial bacteria. So I also help my clients restore gut health by dealing with pathogens that are in the gut, by supporting the lining of the gut wall, and supplementing with those probiotics if necessary. Now, many of my clients also have high cortisol at night, which is going to suppress melatonin and make you wired even if you're tired. So that's a lot of times why people can have sufficient levels of melatonin and still not be able to sleep because that high cortisol is sabotaging that. And so I want to focus on lowering cortisol by finding out what's causing cortisol to be high, which is usually stress and inflammation, and address those things. And the most common causes of high cortisol are stress, pathogens in the gut, food sensitivities, and an unhealthy liver. Now let's talk about magnesium. So this is another very popular supplement, and it's true that most people are deficient in magnesium, and most of my clients are deficient in magnesium. And since magnesium helps our muscles and nerves relax, it is important for sleep. But if you're taking it, why isn't it helping you sleep? Well, to absorb magnesium, you need other minerals to be in balance. So if calcium, sodium, potassium, boron, etc., are too high or too low, then magnesium isn't going to be in balance and you might not be absorbing it. And you also need other vitamins to absorb magnesium. And if your gut isn't healthy, you're not going to absorb the magnesium from food or from supplements. So again, many of my clients actually need magnesium, but it's not the magic pill. They also need other nutrients to have magnesium be in balance and a healthy gut to absorb the magnesium. So that's why magnesium by itself hasn't solved your sleep problems. Okay, now for CBD. This is of course, popular one that some people do think is that magic pill. And studies do show that CBD has an effect on sleep, but it doesn't help everyone. Now, CBD affects your endocannabinoid system. So if you are lacking in these feel-good compounds, then CBD may help you relax and sleep. But again, if this isn't why you aren't sleeping, then it's not going to help at all. Now, even if CBD is helping, if you have an unhealthy gut that isn't producing its own cannabinoids and you have a gut infection that's destroying your gut, then all the CBD in the world isn't going to help. So you have to start with treating the gut infection and then repair the gut. And only then will you fully be able to get the benefit from a CBD supplement or even better, have your body make its own endocannabinoids. Now, another reason why CBD works for some people is because it helps lower inflammation. And inflammation is a main cause of insomnia, so that makes sense. But CBD doesn't address where the inflammation is coming from. So it's really just a band aid. It's not actually solving the problem. So you want to find out what's causing the inflammation and address that to truly get better so you don't need to take pills to sleep. Now, for cannabis, I have quite a few clients who are taking cannabis or have tried cannabis. And like anything else, for some people it does work, for others it doesn't. And a lot of my clients don't like how it makes them feel groggy and spacey the next day. So, like anything you ingest, smoke, or put into your body, cannabis is going to change how your body functions. And what it does is it especially affects the hormones in our pituitary, thyroid, and adrenal glands. And it affects our reproductive system in a negative way for both men and women. Now, cannabis also affects your cortisol levels, thyroid hormones, and sex hormones. And so I don't find it to be helpful over time because it's getting all these other things out of balance that are also contributing to your insomnia. Now, there are, of course, lots of herbal supplements and other formulas with combination of all of these things that I'm talking about. Especially herbs like ashwagandha, turmeric, holy basil. They're in many sleep supplements, and they may help your body deal with stress better or lower inflammation. But again, they're just band aids. They're not getting to the root of the problem. So, this is the truth about all of these supplements. They will help if your body is missing that substance, and that's why you can't sleep. So, melatonin will help if your body isn't making enough melatonin. Magnesium will help if the only reason you aren't sleeping is because you're deficient in magnesium. Same with CBD and cannabis. But if your body isn't lacking in any of those nutrients, then those supplements aren't going to help. And that's why there's no magic pill that's going to work for everyone. If there was, I would want to invent it and become a bazillionaire because that would be amazing. But taking these supplements is not getting to the root cause of why you have insomnia. If you aren't sleeping, that means that your body is out of balance and it's manifesting as insomnia. And so, really, getting your body back in balance is the key. And that's exactly what I can help you with. I do lab testing, so we know exactly what's going to help you sleep. Maybe you do need melatonin and magnesium. But one pill alone is usually not enough to truly get back in balance. So you can book a free Zoom consultation with me to talk about what's going on with your sleep, how it can help, how the lab testing works, and how you can be sleeping better in just a few months. All right, I will talk to you next time.